Hey, and we're at day 5. This is a fresh recording. I'm officially changed clothes. I had previously recorded something over 15 minutes, and I really felt that I needed to find a more concise way to say what I was saying versus for 15 minutes. This last day is pretty much a state of the union. It's pretty much to tell you guys where flock hosting is. A lot has changed. A lot of you guys know from flock updates in the blog that about going on 7 months ago, I lost my day job, which was a source of income that covered everything. And some people, that was a little bit of a worry because what does that mean? Does that mean flock hosting can't sustain itself? Does flock hosting going to disappear? No, we're going to be around for a considerable amount of time unless the Lord leads otherwise. As it stands, God has continued to put more in my heart for what flock hosting can do and where flock hosting can go and the things it can accomplish for the kingdom. So I'm not going anywhere. Flock hosting as a whole is not going anywhere. So where are we? Right now, we've kind of reconfigured the fleet. We've kind of taken certain servers that had very limited people on it because it was an old promotion and really began to become better stewards of what was available. They've been migrated into the population of the other servers. We've streamlined those servers. They've added SSD acceleration. They've added additional resources. There's actually been additional resources added to the servers this past week. And there's going to be the final few servers are going to actually have additional storage, bandwidth, and memory added to them. Data centers have been a blessing to me, and it's just God is blessing these things, and they're continuing to grow. So where we are is good. Where we are is we have a really strong foundation. Funds have been coming in steadily. I still have a few clients where I have to take and really get to be the bad guy, the mean guy, where I love to try to give people as much time as I can to pay a bill, where I try to be nice and understanding and give a break where I can. And I plan to still do that, but some people have taken advantage. Some people have outstanding bills I just cannot continue to overlook. And so to that end, where we are is we're still building, we're still growing. Things are changing, things are getting better and better and better, but there's still a lot of work to be done because where I want to see flock hosting go is to really expand in the church hosting. I know that it makes no sense to some people, maybe even business people right now are going, pulling their hair out saying, no, Chuck, no. Church hosting still is a big passion for me. It's still something I think that churches deserve to have, and I want to readily provide it. But at the same time, there's so much more I want to do. I want to provide an audio server. I want to provide a video server. I want to take and provide some of these high-end resources that other organizations of churches that are of a massive size have, and can get their message out there. But I want to even save them the money. I want to save that to, instead of spending $3,000-$4,000 for even a large church to take and do live video streaming or a live audio stream or this or that, I want to see them be able to have that money go to a women's ministry, a men's ministry, youth ministry, different types of ministries when they're building. There's so many different things in a local body that could truly have a higher effect if they had that same funding and importance as that of a website. So I want to see take that need for those funds out of the equation. I want to see flock hosting continue to move forward, but not just in the web. I want to see for myself flock hosting affect my local community. I don't want it to be just something that I do and I host sites for people in different countries. Flock hosting currently has folks in Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Germany, the UK, New Zealand, just all over the world. We've been blessed to take and interact with people. But I want to see flock hosting grow. I want to see us take and cause effect. I want to see the ideas of, like my one thing I have in my heart lately is to take and have a day of praise and worship here locally in my own hometown, to make it there be no cost, to get vendors and local Christian businesses in, local churches out to say, hey, we're out here, we exist, come visit us on Sunday. I want to see flock hosting sponsor those things and have the funds to do those things. Two, I want to see even the possibility, and one thing that's been on my heart with both Light Into Ministries, a ministry that I've been working on, as well as flock hosting, I want to see the idea of maybe traveling, working with one of you within the U.S. for starters, to take and find an option to come out and work with small business owners in your church to say, okay, well, let's get you on the web. Let's take and find easy ways to, get you set up, and build tools and resources that maybe they didn't know were available to them. I know there's workshops that travel throughout the U.S. and they have these big ticket prices, but I would love to be able just to cover my basic costs to get there, to travel, to meet new people, to take and tell people about the resources available, and then two, provide them with even greater discounts through FlockHosting to take and get online maybe easier and more efficiently and learn things like WordPress, Drupal, all these different content management systems that we have at our availability. I want to see us have a staff too. I want to take and be able to leave the computer for a day and not be chased by tickets. It's not that I don't like handling tickets and handling your guys' things that come up, but at the same time, comparatively to over 10 years ago to where I am now, I'm a lot more active. I'm a lot more out there. 10 years ago, I was at the height of anxiety. I was at the height of my weight. A lot of things were different in my life, whereas now I'm over half the man I used to be. My anxiety, by God's grace, is gone. It's an amazing thing to have my own change within that 10 years, and I want to continue to build the life that God has for me. So that leads into the big thing, and again, I'm trying to be as concise in this as possible. There's going to be a lot more information in the blog, so this is very just basic, very, very, very basic. A lot of you that I work with on a regular basis, some of you guys I have as friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, I think a few of you. I'm not even sure my MySpace is still there, but nonetheless, I have some great people who are great cancel for FlockHosting. From friends that I've known since high school to customers I've known for the last 10 years. And a lot of people have been really giving me some strong advice that I need to take and, accept help. And that's not something easy for me to do. And so on the blog, there's going to be some more information about how that help is going to come about. There's been some options to take and really try to find ways to bolster FlockHosting's funds. And two, in bolstering its funds, is trying to do things like eliminate some of the debt. Eliminate some of the things that were a young businessman's mistakes that have, slowly been going away, but they need to be taken care of sooner than later, and they need to be something that's a chain freed from this business that it can truly thrive and move forward at the pace God has for it. So that to that end, none of what I'm going to post do I want anyone to feel is mandatory. Nor do I want anyone to feel that if you do decide to do this, you just have to leap and do it. I'm going to ask everyone before they make any type of decision. It may be something, as soon as you read what I post about this and what I'm going to say about here in just a second, you may decide that you just have to. I don't know. I pray that the Lord would lead each of you accordingly. But I'm going to be looking at some options for really just some fundraising, using crowdsourcing through the crowdfunding, as one person called it, which is like things like Kickstarter. As I cannot use Kickstarter, I have already found some alternatives. But basically, I'm going to lay out the funds needed to do different things, to try to really bring FlockHosting's packages up to code for church hosting as well as paid customers as well. We already do things like customer appreciation, and I love to be able to show you guys, but God too has also laid on my heart that I have to learn to accept help. I have to learn to let others be a blessing to me, because I know how much of a blessing it is to me to be able to be a blessing to someone else. I love being able to help people, and FlockHosting is one of the main things I love doing. Is I love being able to have someone come to me and need help and be able to offer assistance and do it so there's no additional cost. So there's going to be some options. There's going to be a few new posts. There's going to be things that leading to this next week where we'll go live. But basically what I seek is be in prayer about how you can help FlockHosting. It may not be a financial thing. It may not be part of this crowdfunding. It may not be part of a donation. It may quite simply be, going back to some of the videos from this past week, looking at services like the built hosting, looking at the affiliate program, looking at ways that you guys can use the resources that I've laid out this week to really help me build and bolster FlockHosting, to bring in new clients, to at the same time earn free hosting for yourself, to help me promote on Facebook, to help me promote on YouTube videos, getting them liked and everything else, and two, just spreading the word a lot more. And that may be where you guys are, but I really pray that you guys will take the time to think about this and then go to the Lord in prayer on this, because I'm not asking anybody just to leap blindly. There's going to be things too, just like Kickstarter. I want to make sure that there are incentives. I want to make sure you guys see that I'm not just asking for a blank check. I'm not. I want you guys to see and hear where these funds are going to be going. But I really feel that God has called me to allow people to help if they desire. And again, this is not a mandatory thing. This does not mean FlockHosting is going out of business. This is to bolster and to build up and strengthen FlockHosting with your help. And so to that end, I'm going to wrap this up. It's the end of the week, and I do pray that these videos have encouraged you guys with different ways you can interact and utilize Flock hosting to not only earn free hosting, to have a new way to have your website set up, or maybe even do stuff. Again, the cards, I've got the basic design that was in yesterday's blog post. I'm going to go over things one more time, make sure I'm at Facebook and everything else is spelled correctly. That'll go to print, and then I'll actually have there's actually going to be a newsletter going out probably Saturday, possibly Monday, depending on my timetable in my brain, but basically just laying out how you guys can get a hold of these cards, when they will be readily available, and we're going to get them out to you guys. So I thank you guys for watching this week. I thank you for taking the time to go through and listen to me talk about the things that I see and want to have happen with Flock hosting. And I pray that you guys will take the time to prayerfully go about these things and really just seek God's will for what you can do with Flock hosting. And again, if it's just a bit of your time, I appreciate it. If you guys feel so led to help me build up things like building the funds to take and do a video ministry setup to where we can get more churches online with their either previously recorded videos or live, I want to see that technology grow. I want to see church hosting expand and have more resources for churches. So stick around. Take and read the blog post. It's going to have a lot more. Not a ton. I'm going to build more, but it's going to have a lot more than the video. But I just prayed you guys have had a good day. I prayed you guys have had a good week. And for those of you in the hot areas of the U.S. right now and around the world, stay cool. Try to keep in cool places and don't overheat. But until next time, again, the Flock update is coming the 15th of this next month. And we're entering the second half of this year. So I just pray that God has blessed you so far, and God will bless you into the second half. And stay tuned for more good stuff. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.